Good morning, everybody. I was just waiting for the rain to start, so I think we're good. Welcome to the new version of Gardner Field. I'm John Mangiarotti, your town manager. We have a very exciting lineup of speakers that are going to talk a little bit about this project and what it means to the community here this morning. A lot of staff and community involvement made this happen, and we're going to hear from people that will represent that. I just want to thank the staff members that worked on this, Public Works under Corey York's leadership, and several other, recreation as well. It was a team effort, and we're still working on it. As you can see, the arch right here. This fall, that arch will be installed over there to make a beautiful gateway to this facility. But we were too excited to wait for this ribbon cutting, so we're holding it today. And so here we are. Jim Snyder Grant is the chair of our select board, and he's going to lead us off with the speaking program.
Thanks, John. Welcome, everybody. The weather may not be what we hoped for, but it's still a great day. My name is Jim Snyder Grant, chair of the Acton Select Board. Welcome to Gardner Field, a playground for everyone. It's the only town-owned green space in West Acton. What a gem! You know, the moment this beautiful, fun, new universal play equipment became available, this place was swarmed with families in hot weather and cold. And today we celebrate the great success of the renovation and transformation of Gardner Field. Miss Harriet Gardner, teacher at the West Acton School right here 100 years ago, would be proud. As a member of the Acton Select Board, I'm so happy that the town was able to provide funds at key moments, from the community preservation funds to the ARPA funds. The town also devoted plenty of staff time to working on the details of design and implementation, and various town committees and boards offered support, feedback, and needed permits. But we have to remember that the unstoppable force that made this project possible was the people that live and work here, in particular, the Friends of Gardner Field. I remember when Carol Lafferty and Paul Swiden buttonholed me as a new select board member to show me one of the earlier versions of the plans. They picked my brains about the processes that could build support for the project. They were patient and persistent, knowing that their cause was right and that any sane person would see it after enough persuasion and looking at enough slides. And I remember a couple of years later when I was swept into the volunteer spirit and helped with the removal of an impenetrable row of invasive burning bush plants that used to be over there. A dozen of us filled a dump truck to the brim with 40 large bushes in one morning. That same spirit of doing what's difficult because it needs to get done and doing it with joy carried the volunteer teams and the professional teams through the fundraising, the design, the permitting, the waiting, the fundraising, the bidding, the waiting, the fundraising, through to construction that took us to where we are today. Now we get to be here in this wonderful place to celebrate this great park and the people and teams that made it possible. Places that allow people to connect are the glue that holds a community together. So thanks to everyone. Please enjoy this day and this community and come back to play here again and again. Thank you. Now we get Jamie Eldridge.
Thank you so much, Jim. I'm thinking that Jake from Congresswoman Trahan's office and I were at a ribbon cutting for a Littleton Water District facility while it began to pour as the speaking program began. It's going to be very quick. But I want to echo Jim Snyder Grant's comments. This has been just an amazing project, and I'll just say, as someone who grew up in Acton, really driving or spending time in West Acton, this was really, Gardner Field was really very hidden. It was really very hidden. It didn't seem as welcoming as it is now. So this has really just been completely transformed. I want to echo what Jim said to Carol Lafferty, to Paul Swiden on their leadership with the Friends of Gardner Field for this vision. And this is just incredible to have this ADA accessible playground, to have parking for families that were really having difficulty parking even with some of the added parking with West Acton Village Works, and just this beautiful space where we're going to have so many events, including, of course, Oktoberfest. I was very proud to partner with Representative Sina and Representative Cataldo on securing a $110,000 earmark, but I want to highlight, thank you. That wouldn't have happened if not for the ARPA funding, because that allowed the state legislature to provide some additional earmarks across each of our districts. So thank you to Jake, representing Congresswoman Trahan, for fighting for that ARPA funding. Was how we were able to provide additional funding at a time where people were looking for many more recreational opportunities to get outside and spend time with their families during the pandemic. And now that the pandemic is over, we can enjoy this even more. So thank you so much to all the partners, especially Corey York, Town Manager John Mangiarotti, the Acton Recreation Department, for all of their work on this amazing, beautiful project. So excited to see this here and even further enhance what we have here in West Acton Village. So thanks for all the partners, and it's now my pleasure to introduce my partner and who I work with in securing this earmark, Representative Dan Sina. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I know this project took so long to get it done, but the fact that we're here celebrating not only the work that the community, I know Kara, where's Kara? Kara, come over here, Kara, and Paul, you both come here, because you guys deserve a special recognition, not only for the time, and I know Jim talked about this, when you guys had the first vision for what it looked like, and I know I was like, Kara, I want to help you with this. What can we do at the state level? I know that Senator Eldridge mentioned about some of the funds we were able to accomplish, but that was just a piecemeal of the project, and I know you guys had to do so much work to raise funds for this, and I want to thank the town for their tireless work to get this done. I'm really so happy, so honored to be here, and thank you. Now, Jake from Congresswoman Trahan's office is here. Or Representative Cataldo, I'm sorry. Representative Cataldo.
Open and close my umbrella about 3 times there. Hi everyone, thanks for sticking with us. It is so wonderful to be here. I have 3 children, the oldest is 5, and so we spend a lot of time in spaces like this. And what we see when we come out here is kids of all, to places like this, are kids of all abilities, learning how to become themselves, how to gain confidence, physical confidence, social confidence. Right now my oldest is working on the monkey bars, and he's just so eager to get out there and practice the monkey bars so that he feels confident doing that at school with his friends. And this is a place that is inclusive, that is accessible, that's really going to allow everybody in the community to access it and to build on those skills that will make them successful members of our community. There's no better place for the state to invest in a facility like this. So I'm so grateful for all the collaboration that's gone into this on many levels of government and in the community, and I'm glad to be with you on this rainy day. Thank you.
All right, I will keep this very brief because I know no one is here to listen to me speak today. I just want to say thank you to John, to the select board of the town. When we talk about ARPA funding and $350,000 of the town's ARPA went into this, it really is a partnership between the federal, state, and local governments to bring in these funds. The federal funding going directly to the town to go to projects like this, the Senator Eldridge, Rep Sina, Rep Cataldo putting the EcoDev earmarks together. That's how you get projects like this done. And it all comes down to the Friends of Gardner Field identifying projects like this that we need to execute for our community. And that's why I'm going to toss it over to Paul to wrap us up today.
Good morning. So this all started in February of 2019 with a post on our Acton Parents Facebook group, if you can believe it. A week later, 15 people joined me at the bookstore. 5 of them, Kara Lafferty, Missy Laporto, Shelley Moore, Shelley Stewart, and Nate Ogdahl, would go on to help us form our board of directors alongside Lynn Gilfither-Weymouth and Kenneth Coleman. And we were off and running. By the end of 2019, we had surveyed more than 4,000 Acton residents, solicited dozens of businesses, hosted 2 community fundraising movie nights here at the park, and had a presence at Oktoberfest and the holiday stroll. Most importantly, by the end of 2019, we'd filled out and spoken to our first CPC application. When Melissa led us over to the CPC meeting that night, more than 30 members of the community joined us, and our project went from a gleam in our eye to undeniable. We had so many goals, and we were all gung-ho to raise all the money and finish this in 2020, but then the world ended. Through it all, we've persevered, and with the help of our politician friends here today, as well as town staff like Melissa and Corey and John and so many others, we're standing in this new playground and park today. We're not done, as John alluded to. We still have some work to do, but this month it has been just a joyous experience to see people, dozens of people here every day, even right after the microburst. People's power was out, so obviously the first thing you do is come to a playground. I want to especially thank Kara. This project doesn't get even close to off the ground without her support and her driving force. She has been amazing throughout this entire process, and thank you all for coming today.